made some progress. There's some things we're a little bit disappointed. I think Anthony McCransky may be done for the year. The indication initially is he could have a torn Achilles tendon, which is a pretty significant injury. But we'll find out a little bit more tomorrow, but I want to let you know that. Some of the things that I think are positive, Austin Conway continues to make progress as a wide receiver. We're seeing some guys make plays out there. Good group of players, they're just inexperienced. But it was good to see Austin make some plays today, so we're pleased with that. Gavin Rush is making some strides at the center position. I did see the ball on the ground a little bit too much for my liking. I don't think it was Gavin a couple times, but we'll make sure of that. Over on defense, Logan Wilson, I think, is making great strides at the Mike linebacker position. And, it's a little bit new for him, but he's really got good ability, so we're pleased with that. Also pleased the running back position. I think Kellen Overstreet is showing signs that he's getting that movement back, and Nico Evans, I think, has picked up a step or two. So good from that standpoint. Obviously, come Saturday, we'll have the pads on, so that's going to change a little bit in the lines of scrimmage. So day 2 in the book. More good things than bad, but certainly areas of improvement.
Rick, with moving Logan to the middle, it leaves a gap outside. I know Cash has played. I mean, it's just 2 practices in. Is there anything that you're seeing on those 2 outside spots, at least early in spring right now?
Well, we're seeing some progress with Cash moving to the will linebacker, and Sam linebacker of all the positions may not be as complicated, but right now we just kind of got a mix of guys. Jalen Ortiz was not able to practice on Tuesday due to class conflict, but he was out there today. It's good to see him out there. We're a little bit unsettled there right now. We're going to have to continue to look. We had Drew Harvey's taking some reps. We'll see how some of the other guys progress, but to say that position is fortified, I feel a lot better, quite frankly, with where Logan's at and where Cash is at than we do the same back.
How important is that Mike position to this defense? I know last year Lucas was kind of like the quarterback almost on the defensive end.
It is a critical position, and beyond the physical play and the attributes that we ask that Mike to do, he's really got to take command of moving the defense, setting and check calls, and somebody who's got experience, and not only experience, but authoritative command out there. And so that initially is not Logan, but we have seen Logan come, I guess, out of his shell a little bit. And so, it's interesting though, my son's a graduate assistant here, and he was talking to Logan, and he said, yeah, Logan, I moved from Will to Mike after my first year, and Logan was astounded. He goes, you mean I'm not the only one in America that's had to make this move? It's a fairly common move, and I think we've got a real keeper there.
As far as your secondary, you have everyone coming back. Do you feel like that's your biggest strength coming into this season?
Yeah, I think that really is, or I think our defensive ends could really be good before it's all said and done once Carl comes back. But certainly having all those players out there competing this spring, working as a unit, gives you a real sense of, I don't want to say comfort, but around here the last several years that's been a hodgepodge, and we're always counting on inexperienced freshmen coming in playing meaningful time. We've got a lot of guys that have played a lot, so that's really going to help us, especially early in the year.
You mentioned with McCransky, and you got some experienced safeties, but you talked a little bit about Josh Boyd on Tuesday, and could this be more chances of McCransky's out for that extended period of time, and a young man that you recruited? What could that mean for him, and what has he shown at least early this spring?
Well, he's shown ability to run and cover a lot of ground. Obviously, he was not able to practice in the fall, and so all these things are new for him, but we're pleased with his progress. However, he's got to make some progress, but anytime you have a veteran player like Anthony that's probably going to miss a lot of repetition, that's going to just put more opportunity, but a more concerted, not effort, but a sense of urgency. We've got to come up with some more players at that safety spot.
How's Nick Spohr looking as a punter so far?
Well, I would say he's kind of like me when I go up to Jacoby on the driving range. I hit 2 pretty good and then a couple bad ones, and he's maybe hit a couple more good ones today than bad, but it's looking like football. It's not like you go, well, what are we doing? I mean, he hit one today, I think, turned it over, and probably was over 50-yard putt.
As far as your wide receivers go, losing 3 of your big targets with Josh Allen and finding someone that's going to be someone to be able to connect with him, who are you looking at?
Well, some of that comes down to Josh. You know, there's a real sense of comfort, particularly between Josh and Tanner Gentry, and you know, Jake Hollister and Jake Mulhart. Josh is interacting well with these guys. I think he all recognizes some of them have played a little bit. I mean, we practice with him, but these guys are going to be playing. And so, you know, whether it's Austin, CJ, John Aquali, James Price, you know, some of those guys are going to begin to gel. We're not there yet, though, I can tell you that.
You said you put the pads on for the first time Saturday?
Yeah.
More of the same, a lot of
Yeah,
installation.
a
it's
little
just
bit more. It won't be a big hit fest. We'll follow best practices and go through our progression on tackling. And, you know, but what we found is important to continue to install things. And there won't be any live scrimmaging on Saturday. We'll use it more as an instructional day. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.